Is Monday, May the 9th, 2022, currently 10 minutes past the 9 o'clock hour. Quite an obscene time to be starting this show that is advertised for a 9 p.m. start time, which usually begins at a 9:05 start time, but we're doing things a little bit different tonight. What does that mean, doing things a little different? Well, for those of you who are here nice and bright and early, you heard some off-color remarks that were being broadcast onto the airwaves. Nothing that could get any of us into trouble. Well, by any of us, I don't mean me, and I don't mean Dave, and I don't mean Mark, and I don't mean Devin. If it's going to get anyone into trouble, it's going to be one of our guests tonight. That's Racquel Belmonte, who was, as she mentioned last week, talking about her first boyfriend, who she lost her virginity to, who happened to have what they call in the medical world a micro penis. So if you heard us talking about chapsticks, it's because she was equating them, again, as she did last week, to this young man's micro penis. Now, I want to be clear, Racquel did not recently lose her virginity to this young man. They were both of a young age at a younger time. But I do want to say any views or opinions expressed by Racquel Belmonte do not necessarily reflect those of myself, the contributors of the show, or this show as a whole. Welcome to tonight's program. It is Monday, and it's been a while since we have been live on the air. Last week, we did Monday, Tuesday. Of course, it is the new spring schedule. No show Wednesday, periodically on Friday, but we are here. We are live. We are in living color on twitch.tv/@home with James to begin our broadcast week. Who is going to be here? Of course, we mentioned Racquel. She is back. Also joining tonight's program, who is returning after a minor absence. It is the one and only leader of the Montreal chapter of the Guardian Angels. Of course, we're talking about New York City import Mike D'Amico. He is going to be talking about a variety of things, including what to watch out for this weekend as Montreal and Quebec as a whole's mask mandate is lifted. That's much later on, but going to kick things off right here, right now, with another first time in a long time guest. You know him for a variety of things, which include, but are not limited to, terrible lighting, terrible Wi-Fi, terrible audio, and enormous headphones. Let's welcome back to the at-home world. We're talking about Marc Rowland. Mark, happy Monday. Working hard or hardly working, my friend?
James, am I coming in?
You're coming in loud and clear from Mission Control.
My Wi-Fi is working okay?
It is working. This is the crispest and clearest you've ever been in the history of this this program.
Okay. Well, I'm stealing Wi-Fi from the apartment next door. So
maybe that's why your Wi-Fi is working tonight, is you're using somebody else's Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Now, can I ask, Mark, what's their network name? Let's have fun with this. What's the network?
Oh, it's just some guys.
Is that the network name, or you're saying that it belongs to, quote, some guy?
That's the network name.
How did you get the password?
It wasn't password protected. That was the thing.
Oh, so he just leaves his Wi-Fi open to be prowled.
Yeah, first mistake.
Well, Mark,
I'm taking full advantage, James.
I don't know if you've ever come to us from this location in your home. Can you take us through what we're seeing right now in the room that we're currently in? It looks really poorly decorated.
It's not so bad. Look, there's a painting behind me.
Okay. Did you do that painting?
No. But no, I've been in this room before. It just probably looks different because there's the addition of a painting and some plants behind me.
Is this your bedroom?
This is a former bedroom become office.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, Mark, welcome back to the show. Before we,
thank you. I'm really excited to be back, James.
Well, I'm really excited to have you back. The last few times you were here, it's been a while, as Aaron Lewis, the lead singer of Stained, once said.
I like that.
Yeah, I like that too.
I keep interrupting you, but I'm just excited.
Oh, that's okay. I'm also excited. So I don't look at it as an interruption as much as an interjection due to your excitement and giddiness.
That's it. I'm injecting some fun and levity into the show.
Yeah, you couldn't have said that with any less fun or levity, but something that hasn't been fun or feature levity is your past appearances, Mark. You've been at odds with Connor Rose, who has been harder to find than the Invisible Man. Mark, would you like to discuss short and sweet what went on with the two of you?
Well, James, that's not what I'm on the show for. That's
I know, but I thought it was
why you asked me to come on. I told you.
I know, but I thought it was appropriate to loop back to that.
Well, James, I told you I didn't want to talk about this.
Okay, I'm sorry. I wasn't aware that it was as pointed as you're making it seem. I apologize.
What you want to talk? You want me to talk about Connor? Connor Rose?
No, you
like what the media appearance that he made.
Well, yeah, he threw a press conference out.
Conference,
outside of the Tim Hortons located in the Station McGill Metro.
Yeah,
where he belittled you.
Yeah. Well, I'm not afraid of Connor. That's all I gotta say is I'm not afraid of Connor. Okay. All right.
Okay.
That's it. That's all I gotta say is I don't think he could beat me in anything. So that's it.
All right. Well, I mean, there's supposed to be a poetry challenge that we're still waiting on.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Mark, I can tell you're getting hot around the collar, a little rough around the edges.
I'm not hot under the collar.
It's fine. Take it easy.
I am. I'm very easy. I'm excited to be here.
All right. Well, I'm excited to have you here. So,
I'm excited
Mark,
to be here.
You are here because summer is on the horizon. Today was.
What was the last thing he said to you? What was the last thing Connor Rose said to you?
What was the last thing he said to me, or the last thing that he said to me about you?
Yeah, about me.
Well, I believe the last thing that he said was that you've got as much Wi-Fi as you have hair.
well,
those are his words and not mine.
Yeah,
I thought it was really.
That's You're quoting. Well, now I've got someone else's Wi-Fi, so
yeah, some guy,
just some guys.
Yeah,
because there's a few guys that live down there. They're just basically one.
Where were you pointing to? Down
out the window.
Okay.
So basically, you see, like my fingers. I'm going like.
Yeah,
this,
I don't like what you're doing with your fingers, though.
Well, if you can imagine, I'm going.
Yeah, I'm imagining a lot of things, man.
Huh?
I said I'm imagining a lot of things.
Yeah. Well, so basically, up and over the computer, they're down there. There's just some guys just down on the other side of the computer.
Now, Mark, I don't want to. We're switching gears here. Have you been reading the game?
The game.
Yeah,
I've been reading a lot of games. I still have all my RPGs.
Yeah. One of the most unsuccessful segments.
I've got
one of the most unsuccessful
books.
segments in show history.
Did you say the worst?
I know I said the most unsuccessful, but also the worst.
Well, I don't even know if I was on like screen, if anyone could see or hear me. I was speaking into a void.
I do want to talk about why you're here. Before we do that, I want to go back to what we were talking about. We're going to pivot back just for a second because I think you'll appreciate this. In the chat, Boss Fracture, one of the legendary viewers of this show, has written, quote, Mark would crush the poetry competition. I've seen his acrostics.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice. A big
fan
of the acrostic.
That's what it's all been about, right? Is that Connor took credit for being the poet laureate of the show when you had in fact done poetry prior to him.
Yeah, exactly. Like, how can Connor say he's a poet laureate? I think I would. Look, it's not a competition, but if anyone's the poet laureate, it's me.
Okay, well, maybe one day we're going to settle the score, but why don't we switch gears as you've requested?
Oh, I mean, sure. Look, James, it's your show. It's your show. I'm not bothered. I'm not hot under the collar.
I peaked. I apologize. You seemed bothered.
I'm not bothered. It's just there's some action going on. On the balcony down there.
Yeah, it looks like those fingers like that action.
Mark, smoking or something.
Of course, today was certainly the nicest day of the year so far in Montreal, which means only one thing.
How's my lighting, James?
Terrible.
Oh, I've only got one light bulb on because I'm trying to save money.
Yeah, it looks like the type of bulb you'd put in to discourage moths from hanging around.
Yeah, they're really low wattage.
Yeah,
they're very low wattage bulbs because that's what it draws a moth in.
Yeah,
is efficiency.
Yeah, I think low wattage is an understatement. It feels like half of you is lit up and the other half is not. This looks like it. Like if someone were to screen cap your photo, it would appear as one of a person they bust on Dateline NBC to Catch a Predator.
Yeah, but you mean like Predator, like from the movie?
No, I mean a predator who would go to jail.
I mean, if they could put the Predator for, with Arnold Schwarzenegger in jail, I'm sure they would.
Yeah,
But
no,
unfortunately, you can't capture the Predator. You can't take it alive.
no, they would capture you and it would say his username, some guy.
That's not my username.
And then
That's their username down
they'd
there.
have footage of you like chatting and using hand gestures to the people he's on the other side of the computer from. Mark, again, it's really nice outside today.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Yeah. So the reason that you're here is you wanted to talk about vacations as summer's fast approaching. Mark, are you? Yep. Are you someone that enjoys a nice summer vacation?
No, I don't. I don't enjoy a summer's vacation. It's not my thing, really. But sometimes if you're in, let's say, like a relationship or something, that's something you're expected to do. Right?
Yeah. Now, oftentimes people that are dating someone, they've got a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a partner, a significant other, a special person. Yeah, a vacation, or as you put it, quote, a summer's vacation.
Yes, a summer's vacation. Exactly. It's not just a summer vacation, it's a summer's vacation.
Sure. It belongs.
That's the appropriate term. I think people have forgotten. It seems like people have sort of neglected the English language, but yeah.
Okay, well,
if you were to go back and look at the dictionary,
Oxford
Dictionary.
Yep.
It's a summer's vacation.
Moments ago, you went on record as saying you don't enjoy summer's vacation.
Not really. I'm not really into them.
Okay, so what is the purpose of your appearance tonight?
Well, because there are times when your significant other might want to go on a summer's vacation.
And just we'll clarify, when we say significant other, what would that maybe mean to someone who doesn't understand that term?
Oh, boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, husband, partner, sexual or otherwise.
Yeah, main squeeze.
Your main squeeze.
Sure. As you were saying, significant other.
Yeah, might want to go on a summer's vacation, and so in order to afford such a thing, like, look, inflation is wild right now, James. I'm not sure if you're aware of this.
Oh, I'm aware. Things that didn't cost a lot of money before, cost a lot of money now.
This is why I'm not paying for this Wi-Fi anymore, and I'm just taking it from just some guys down there.
Yeah. You're circling around the Wi-Fi.
Well, I'm waiting for them to finish that cigarette. I picked up smoking.
Hold on, wait a minute.
And so when they finish, because like normally, people don't go all the way to the butt, right? There's like, like it's like, they're cooking too, right? So they'll probably just chuck it down into the alleyway, and I'll be able to get down there and get a few butts. Inflation, James, it's like a 7%. It's pretty much 7% right now.
Okay,
inflation.
So
gas prices are wild, like $2.10. I think that's where it's at.
And Mark, do you drive?
I don't drive, James, but I buy a lot of gas. Well, for my boat, because I've got a boat license.
This is true.
I don't own a boat, but
now people are going to be thinking, oh, this is a bit. Mark, do you have your boat license on?
I do have my pleasure craft license.
Yeah, would you be willing to show us your pleasure craft?
I'd have to go to another room to get it, James. I don't carry my wallet with me because inflation's so high. I'm worried I'm going to lose my cards.
You wouldn't want to lose your pleasure craft license. Now, Mark, there's a couple of things I want to go back to.
They're worth a lot because, they want to steal my identity, drive my boat around.
Have picked up smoking just because you can save money smoking other people's butts as opposed to not smoking as you were not doing prior.
Well, that's the whole point of this segment, James, that I didn't want to talk about Connor at all. I just wanted to talk about.
You just brought him up.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is I didn't want to talk about Connor. What I wanted to talk about was inexpensive ways to gain pleasure in life. And one of those was having a cheap summer's vacation.
All right. So how can someone have a cheap summer's vacation?
Okay, listen, Cabana Sucre. It's time.
I think the Cabana Sucre's close after spring. That's a kind of a March, April, sort of May.
Okay, so they're closed. That means no one's around. You get in there, you look for the maple syrup. You get, this is all you need to pay for is the gas, which, as we know, is expensive. Yeah, it's 210.
So you're saying go to a cabana sucre in some part of Quebec and break into it and look for some maple syrup, and that would be a nice summer's vacation.
Yeah, well, it's an outing. Look, that's the start of it, James.
Like a
That's
getaway.
one part of your summer's vacation.
That would be a summer's getaway.
That's right. That's right. Look, the vacation lasts as long as you like.
Sure.
As long as it.
Well, not if it's a summer's vacation.
Well, yeah. Summer, I guess, determines the beginning and end, but you determine the middle.
So what are some other inexpensive, pleasurable ways to enjoy a summer's vacation?
James.
Yeah.
I think if you're like me, you probably enjoy skiing.
I don't know that I don't know you to ski.
I used to ski a lot. When I lived in Quebec City as a young man, as a lad, I used to go to the cheapest hill in the Quebec City region, which was, well, there was Mont Saint-Castin, which was very cheap, but then there was a cheaper one, which was basically a parking lot with like a slope. And they actually had a little lift that would take you up.
Now, how do you expect people to go skiing in summer?
Well, that's difficult. You're right. It's hard, but it's, like with the cabana sucre, it's probably closed, or they don't expect you to be there. You look for the sandiest place, and
you're going sand skiing.
Yeah. You rent the skis. You rent the skis, and you don't bring.
How are you going to rent them if the ski hills are closed?
You rent them during the winter, right? Last day. There's probably a discount. You don't bring them back.
So you rent them and you don't bring them back. You're not worried that there might be late fees?
Well, you're not going back when they're there.
I'm sure your key is you rent them under a fake name.
Yeah, exactly. An alias, as you were.
Yeah.
Just some guys.
Yeah, some guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you propose going to cabana sucres in the summer while they are closed.
Yeah.
Ski hills while they are closed, but in addition to that, without snow, what else?
Well, James, there's a bunch of things I'm sure that you could do for a summer's vacation. Like it's really hard to travel, right?
Is it?
Right?
No, wrong.
It's hard to travel these days.
Why?
Because everything's more expensive due to inflation and COVID. Well, you never know what's going to happen to your flight, right? I had this friend, she booked a flight and they canceled it, and they didn't even tell her that it was canceled. A friend was like golfing with one of the guys who worked for the airline company, said, "Hey, I heard your flight was canceled," and called her up, and lo and behold, it was canceled. So James, you can't take a chance with these airlines these days.
Yeah, but flights have been canceled, since the advent of airports and flights.
Yeah, but think about it. You get the whole neck pillow, the inflatable pillow. You're paying for all the other things that you get when you fly. Like I always get a lot of Gas X, and then you start.
Are you a gassy flyer?
Oh yeah, I get bloated, James. So I got to get my Gas X. I get my compression socks. And
you spend all that money on those items, and then what do you know? Your flight is canceled.
My flight's canceled. Yeah, exactly. And look, you gotta pop it before you get on, because you want to limit the amount that you're carrying.
Yeah.
And then you get there and it's canceled. So look, you just wasted a big packet of Gas X.
Yeah.
So this is what I recommend, James.
Yeah. What do you recommend?
Google Street View.
Yeah, you've brought this up on the show before.
It's a good idea, James.
Instead of going somewhere, just open Google Street View.
Yeah. I've mentioned this before because it's my go-to plan. And look, you get a projector or something, right? You project it up on the wall, and you just sit there in like a reclining chair or something, and then you just Google Street View, and you're there.
Okay, now do you have any vacation hotspots that people can fire up on the Google Street View?
I love Guam Boulevard.
Island?
Yeah. Well, it goes, it's one of the longest roads in Montreal. It goes all along the north side of the island. So that's what I would do. I'd take Google Street View, and just go all the way along Gouin Boulevard from like
so like it's a road trip.
Pointe-aux-Trembles all the way down to Senneville.
Okay, now are there any stops along the way that people might be interested in? Tim Hortons?
I mean, there's a bunch of Tim Hortons, sure, James. I mean, there's the bridge to Laval.
Sure.
You could take a little dip up to Laval if you want. That could be nice.
Yeah.
I think there's an old defunct lock near Laval and Gouin Boulevard. There's like a lot of nice little places. There's some ice cream shops that you can look at.
Okay, well, we've got some ideas coming in from the chat. Mark, let me go to you. You're tonight's expert, so let's see what you think about these in terms
of I'll rank them.
Yes, well, there's only two.
Okay, so I'll rank them out of 2.
So they both come from a legendary viewer, Naive Adventures. First one, cheap. Quote, public children's pool because you don't know how to swim, and that would be for me.
Okay, well, that's pretty good. I'd say that's a 2 out of 2. We got a public like little wading pool near my place.
Now this one's pretty interesting. Another cheap vacation. Visit Oka Beach, the nudist section.
Right. Well, okay.
Save a buck on a bathing suit.
Right. I give it a 1 if you're driving. Right, because gas is so high. But
210.
But listen, you could always catch a boat and get there because the water flows that way. You don't need to use any gas at all. You'll head there eventually.
Okay, so you're saying the natural
although it's upstream, so maybe you have to walk first and float down. All right. Or you just Google Street View it and then zoom in if you want to see a few boobs.
Okay. So well, I don't know if people are going to find boobs on Google Street View.
Well, you should try it.
Well, I don't think I'm desperate enough to see boobs that I need to use Google Street View.
There's a few places you could spot it if you're really if you have an eagle eye, and it's cheaper than those porn sites because it's free. There's no pop-ups. There's no advertising.
They're not trying to upsell you on anything.
They're not trying to upsell you, and they're not,
So you're saying that if people are looking to get kind of their rocks off, their jollies, they should use Google Street View instead of, quote, those porn sites.
That's it. Because they're always trying to get you to sign up or whatever, or become a member. And then, there's a lot of temptation.
Yeah. Especially during the summer.
Well, it's a hot season. People
are more scantily clad. So maybe this is almost a warning for people. Like, we know that people are going to be scantily clad. Yeah. Temptations are going to be rising. Try to avoid the temptation when you see attractive people outside with not a lot of clothes from going home and signing up to one of those porno sites.
Wait, what's the warning?
Well, the warning is that people might get really turned on in the summer where people aren't wearing a lot of clothes and they think, I can't take it. I got to go home and look at one of those porno sites.
That's the warning?
Yeah, just be careful because it's going to cost you money.
Because it's getting so hot.
Yeah, let me clarify. You go outside.
I get it. Right? That's the warning.
It's really warm outside. And, maybe if you're someone who's into ladies, maybe there's, low cut tops.
Yeah, or men.
Skirts. And then if you're into men, maybe they have open shirts.
Jean shorts.
Exactly. Yeah. Like loose jogging pants that doesn't leave a lot to the imagination.
Yeah.
And then maybe you're single and you're like, oh, I got to go home. I can't take it anymore.
Here's a question, James.
Yeah.
Why do loose jogging pants leave less to the imagination than tight jogging pants?
Well, I guess because tight jogging pants are more rarely seen.
Okay. But you phrased that pretty specifically.
That's correct. Yeah.
Well, I think you're right. I think
from what I understand, people. Yeah.
I think that's interesting, and they're probably cheaper because you don't need to get like a well-priced. I bet you could go to like any, Friperie.
Yeah.
You go, and you get like a $5 pair of jogging pants, and you could be showing off what mama gave you.
Yeah, well, we're getting the confirmation now coming in from the chat. The reason people like those jogging pants is because, quote, the sausage has freedom.
Right. sausage freedom, but
which is a great slogan for summer 2022.
but more than just freedom, it's like it can be practically exposed.
Well, Marc, I want to thank you so much for being on tonight's program.
Thank you so much, James. I was so excited to be here.
Yeah,
I'm glad we didn't spend too much time talking about Connor Rose, because I kind of like, I figure Connor's just hiding under a rock, and I don't really want to talk about it anymore. If he's too scared to, like,
but I
just
think
don't want to talk about it.
But Marc, you've been bringing it up. Would you like for me to try to find Connor so we can settle this once and for all?
James, I mean, I really, I would have put it all behind me. I just want you to label me poet laureate, and let's leave it at that.
Well, I can't do that until we settle the score once and for all. So what if I make a promise that I'm going to work on? Yeah,
it's your show. You can do what you want.
That could be a really great episode that could be part of a summer's programming.
Okay, but I mean, you don't have to go through all that trouble. You could just say that it is what it is,
Well, it isn't what it is because I don't know.
Okay.
Well, Marc, I want to thank you so much.
I want to
try
thank
not
you,
to
James.
smoke too many cigarette butts tonight.
Okay, it looks like they're done, so I'm gonna get my flashlight.
All right. Well, Marc, thanks so much for being here, and thanks for all the tips on how people can enjoy a great summer's vacation.
Thank you.
That was Marc Rowland with what was perhaps the most bizarre appearance in 2022. But again, look, who am I to judge? If you saw that segment, you thought, you know what, I want to take a summer's vacation. You can. You've got up until the end of summer to enjoy a summer's vacation. Without any further ado, let's welcome our second guest tonight, coming to us all the way from Canada's funniest city, Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Please welcome Racquel Belmonte. Racquel, welcome back to the program.
Thanks for having me. Canada's funniest city?
Yeah,
you mixing up all your words like that? Now that's funny. Montreal
now, has anything funny been going on in Toronto lately?
Oh, hardly, unless my medical woes are funny, James.
Yeah, now, Racquel, I wanted to chat about that. You posted what I thought was a pretty intimate photo on your Instagram stories. If anything,
it was a video.
I thought it was a video. It was. Yeah. I acknowledge my my blooper, blunder, and boner, and I pledge to do better with my reference.
Boner? Yeah. Do you have a boner?
Well, boner in the terms of making a mistake.
Okay, because this piss belt I had to wear was no joke. I hope no one got turned on by that.
Well, let's get into that. Right. Again, I saw a video that you posted, very, very intimate. Your pants were down.
Yes.
Your underwear was exposed, which is fine on Instagram. I don't know if it's fine here. Racquel, would you like to talk about this? Because I think it's important that, we might be speaking out for people that might be a little bit shy.
Yeah, totally. And that's what I'm best at. Let's make everyone comfortable about their piss problem. So I have a bladder condition, James. I talk about it all the time. And
does it have a name?
Yes, it's called neurogenic bladder dysfunction. So basically it's like my bladder is telling my brain I have to pee more than I actually have to go, which causes a bunch of other problems because I'm always peeing. I feel like I have to pee all the time, essentially. And my bladder hurts a lot, and pee doesn't come out because
I don't want to get too intimate here, but again, we're doing this and I say we, but it's you're speaking out, and the name of it again was the
neurogenic bladder dysfunction. Oh, my piss. What am I naming?
What I'm saying is that you are neurogenic bladder dysfunction strong.
Yes.
Yes. And we've been known to speak out. We had our ringworm awareness night, as I've suffered from that periodically. So I want to dig deep here, Racquel. Does this cause bladder infections or UTIs or things of that nature?
Not anymore. It used to, I had kidney problems back when. This is like a 5-year thing, 5-6 year problem.
So it's been a while.
Thank you. I was like, am I going to get one? And I got one. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I haven't in a while because I've been getting treatment for it. Like when I lived in Vancouver, I was doing stuff, and now I'm here and I did this. But anyway, what do you need to know? What do you want to know?
Well, now you keep talking about what you've referred to as a piss belt.
Yes.
Now, again, people didn't see this. You posted this on your social media outlets.
Yes.
What type of procedure or I guess function was this serving?
Okay. So the urologist I have here said, Racquel, what if we did a tester procedure to see if this thing will work for you? And if it works for you, then we're going to do like a full-on surgery and going to implant this thing. I don't even remember what it's called. It's called like Medtronic or like a PNE, like I don't even know. But anyways, so
that would serve what purpose? Kind of a regulator, so to speak?
Yeah. So it would help the miscommunication between my bladder and brain. Like it'll train the nerves around my bladder to not have to pee so much, I guess.
Sure. Yep.
So they said to me, James, and listen to this. They said to me, it's not even really a procedure. It's going to be so simple. We're going to tape a thing to your tailbone and that's going to be it. Fantastic. And I was like, is it going to hurt? Like, do you need to put me under? They're like, no, you're going to be fine. I go in. I cried the entire thing. It was so painful. I don't cry. Look at me. Do I look like someone who cries?
Well, I mean, I would say that, and look, I say this as someone who has been close friends with many. I've even dated some. I would say that historically Italian people are very guarded with their emotions.
Yeah, we go angry instead of sad to hide the sadness. But anyways, I bawled.
Mamma mia.
Whoa, is this guy Italian? No, he just dates them and is friends with them. I didn't know you had. I want to know about your Italian. I want to dig into that one day. Your history of Italian.
Yeah, we can unearth some bones and skeletons out of the closet. But again, we're trying to raise awareness.
Yeah, we're raising awareness tonight. So
it hurt. The procedure hurt.
It hurt, and it was like an actual thing. Like they like put freezing in my lower back, and they shot me a bunch of different times. They couldn't find the proper nerve. They're like, you should feel it. You should feel it. And I'm like, I don't feel anything where you're telling me. So I'm like,
now it's funny that you bring up, you should feel it. You should feel it. I feel like that's very apropos to your segment last week with the young man that you were participating in the throes of passion with.
Yeah. I don't know if we participated in throes of passion, but we sure participated in something upsetting. But that's last week's problem.
In any event, why live in the past? We're raising awareness tonight.
Yes. Anyways, okay. So then they gave me this belt. I have pictures, and I made them appropriate. I could put my finger over my ass if you want. What do you think?
I think we're gonna be okay. You know what?
Oh, yes.
Spring finally. Programming. Yes. Let's do it.
Okay. Here we go. So they implanted this thing, which I saw today was a big, long metal straw thing.
Now, where was this implanted? In your bladder?
I'll show you.
Okay. Now, folks, this is not a bit. This isn't for Racquel to show her rear end.
Well, no, it kind of is my.
Well, let's.
How do I do this? Can you see it? Can you see the bruise? Oh, I think I'm too close to my ass crack. Okay, wait, hold on.
Those are words to live by. I think I'm too close to my ass.
Do you see it? See it? Yeah. Anyways, it was right there, but there's more. And I won't show you because that's for marriage. But anyway, but yeah, they gave me this fucking thing. Oh God, I don't know how to do this. No, I do. Can you see it? Can you see my ass? Covered? You're
covering your it's like the copper tone baby.
Yeah, but hotter and sick. So
coming in from the chat right now, Racquel, I feel like you as well as everyone else will enjoy this quote. Racquel, this is too low for James. James is turning red.
Okay. Now, this is a perfect segue into something I'd like to talk to you about and confront you about, actually.
I'm being confronted?
Yeah, I'm confronting you. I'm going live tonight on Live at Home with James to say this. Yeah, I'm a little bit concerned by some of the content you have sent me in our Instagram messaging chat. You sent me...
Let's quickly define this before I get in trouble.
Okay, so James and I speak only via Instagram Messenger, and it's great. I wouldn't talk to anyone any other way like this. So it's nice. But James sent me a link to a YouTube show. What are they, British?
Well,
what are these guys?
So friend of the show, excuse me, Taylor McMillan sent me some footage of this show from the UK, which is called Naked Attraction. And it is essentially a game show where a contestant goes on looking for perhaps a date, or as they would put it, a shag. And what happens is all of the possible suitors, both male and female, are completely nude in these pods. And through a series of stages, the pods raise up first over the genitals, then over the upper body, then finally the face, until people are whittled down until they go on a date. And I will say that the body types vary.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So this is now for people saying, what's James been sending Racquel? Is he been sliding in her DMs? Is he a prowler? No. We talked about this. We talked about this off air last week. I said, Racquel, I think that you would enjoy this.
I couldn't watch it.
Yeah.
You, James, found a soft spot. You found an area. Actually, I'm gonna use two fingers like Mark was. You found a soft spot in my heart where I could not watch.
Mark, can I just say yours is a lot rougher than his?
I'm angry. I'm Italian. I don't know. You should know this. Anyways, you grossed me out. You did it. You grossed me out.
Yeah.
So now.
Yeah. So this is, ultimately this is what we're talking about tonight, right? You had this procedure.
Yeah.
I assume you had to be kind of Winnie the Pooh a little bit, nude from the waist down, similar to the contestants on this show, Naked Attraction.
Yes. And I hate it. I mean, for me, it was cool, but I didn't like watching them. And I'm usually very open. Like, you know me now.
Yeah, I feel like now I want to confront you, Racquel.
Okay, James, confront me.
Let's get into this. So last week you were talking about someone's penis, how you didn't like it, and now you're talking about all these poor British people's nudity. You say you're accepting. I'm not sure.
Well, here's the thing. Context, I guess. Maybe it's not context. I don't know, man. There was something so upsetting and sad about those dicks that I saw. And I tried to watch 2 episodes.
Now, what was it about them that you didn't like?
They were just not, maybe because they weren't hard and they were just normal. But I also am no, but normally I don't think that's gross. So what was it? Maybe because they were just, I don't know if it was the desperation of it.
It's in a very non-sexual atmosphere, right? It's not particularly salacious. It's very matter of fact. What do you think about the person in the red pod? You know what? Strong legs, nice thigh. It's a very nice penis. That's the way that they talk on the show.
Right. It's good. And so then I try to Racquel, rewire your brain. Maybe okay, think of it a medical sense. That's just what it's supposed to look like. And I couldn't do it.
Well, now what about this? Could you imagine, Racquel, the Naked Attraction edition of the At-Home show?
1,000%. And I want to be the person who picks. That's the thing. I don't know why I couldn't watch other people do it. Maybe it's because I want to do it. I
want to say something that I think it would be a little bit unfair if we did it on the show, because I think Andy would put everyone to shame.
Okay, that's 1 minute. That's 1 minute extra I get because you brought up Andy. That's 1 minute.
I didn't give a last name.
No, we know who you're talking about.
Now, you're saying, Racquel, you want to be a contestant on Naked Attraction.
Yes.
Now, at the end of the episode, the person choosing has to then remove their clothes. The judger becomes the judge.
See, I don't like that. Why can't it just be one way? Why can't I just be the judgmental one? And then we all go home
I think Well, because I think the person in charge spends the entire time eliminating people based on their nudity. And I think it's important for the people to see, the person who's been, critiquing them.
I guess in fairness, yes, that all makes sense. And I like that. Why did I hate it so much?
Well, I think this is something worth analyzing.
Yeah. Fix me, James. I had therapy yesterday and I didn't bring it up once.
Well, if you did bring this up with your therapist, I think there's people that feel touched when they're brought up at people's therapy sessions. I could go one way or the other, but the fact that you would bring this up as something that I sent to you, I think would bring me a lot of pleasure.
James, can I tell you something?
Absolutely.
I hope everyone I've ever dated, I hope everyone I've ever slept with, I hope they're fucking talking about me in therapy. Oh, I hope they are. I would listen to that. That's a show that's a show. That's the show. That's what At Home at James should be. I know what I said.
At James.
At Home at James, baby. Ooh, that's what it was this whole time. We listen into people's therapy.
Yeah.
And we get them to talk about me.
Okay, well, let's write this down. That's a potential segment. I think that's worth, worth some light to shine on.
Yeah.
Well, Racquel, I want to bring this back around to you.
Yeah, fine.
The fact that you've the fact that you've come out here tonight and you've been so open and brave about this ailment that's been causing you trouble for the past little while.
You want to see more pics?
Well, first I want to ask you a question. How do you feel that the recovery is going to go? Right now, you had this belt on you that you kept referring to as a piss belt.
Yeah, my piss belt. And they gave me a burner phone too. They gave me a cell phone with an app called My Therapy. And I got to up the frequency so I can feel it buzzing in my tailbone and then in my bladder. It was interesting. So anyways, I had to give that all back. What were you saying?
Where do you go from here now?
Well, now I'm getting surgery.
Where do you go now?
Look, this is not the time and place for that. We're raising awareness.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Thank you.
When does the surgery take place?
I don't know. They said they tell me in 1 to 2 weeks, but I have a feeling, hear me out, James. I have a feeling they're going to do it when I go on my summer's vacation.
Yeah.
I think that's when it's going to happen.
Do you have any summer's plans? Any idea about where you're going to go for your summer's vacation?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I'm going to go back home. We'll see what happens. If I book something, then I'm staying here, baby. And Canada's funniest city. I don't belong here. Anyways, I'm going to go back home. I might teach at improv camp for a week with my pals. And then I'm going to go on a girls trip. And then that's my vacation.
So you might go on a girls' summer's vacation.
Yeah. Well, no, I've been in improv camp. That's my family. Come back for my big 31st birthday.
All right. So it sounds like you've got some great summer's plans.
And I have a feeling my surgery will take place then. And he told me today, he's like, for a month, you can't do anything. We're going to implant it where you had it last time in the spot I showed you. I was kind enough to show you guys the top of the crack of my butt. And that's where it's going to go. And he said, you can't do it. I can't have sex for a month. Do you know that?
Oh, well, I do now.
I mean, not that I was planning on my girls' trip, but maybe improv camp. Maybe there'd be a hot instructor.
Yeah.
Maybe there'd be a hot a camp counselor or a hot rugged man working at the camp that was
maybe a big tall guy, a mustache. Maybe
careful.
Maybe I don't know, a nice Lebanese background. Who knows?
That's half a minute.
Well, Racquel,
no.
As we begin to wind down, is there anything you'd like to directly say to the people who might be watching tonight and thinking this sounds something similar to what I have been dealing with, or maybe people might be dealing with something else is equally bothersome to them? Here's
the thing. Okay, we take pee for granted, I think. So I'm telling you, fans of James's At Home show, you need to cherish every piss, cherish every drop. Anytime you don't feel pain peeing, thank your parents, thank yourself, thank your health. Don't let that slip away because you are going to have to get surgery probably when you go on your vacation and you're not allowed to fuck for an entire month or maybe longer, he said. And you're going to wonder, fuck, shit. I lost my train of thought. how much time do we have left?
Racquel, thanks so much for being here tonight. We really appreciate it. Racquel, we want you to know that we love you. We care about you, and we're wishing the best for you.
Segments on these notes. We talked about this last time, so I still get a minute and a half. So what should we talk about? Like, what's fun? What's nice?
Okay, we're gonna do Racquel, just because you're holding it to me. We're gonna give you 90 seconds rapid fire questions.
Ask me anything. Go.
Great. Racquel, favorite band?
Backstreet Boys.
Favorite food?
Pasta.
Best vacation of all time?
Fuck. I don't know.
Guilty pleasure?
Riverdale.
Best fashion trend?
Juicy tracksuits.
Worst fashion trend?
Dorina jeans.
Favorite short form improv game?
Kill myself.
Your worst haircut?
Now probably.
If you could change one body part, what would it be?
My tits.
Dream vacation?
A boob job, a free boob job, somewhere exotic. I don't know. You know how they do those, like illegal ones? I get one. I don't give a shit.
Mm-hmm. Your favorite family member?
Probably my niece.
Got it. Yeah. Favorite place to go for a walk where you go think?
I like going like where my weed store is, like that area.
Yeah. Best piece of advice you've ever received?
Keep your mouth shut. I don't do it though, but I assume it would be good.
Worst habit?
Oh God, fuck me. Swearing.
And our final question coming in from the chat, courtesy of Naive Adventures, quote, can you masturbate?
All the time. Wait, okay, wait, with my surgery.
Racquel, thanks so much for being here tonight. We appreciate you. We love you. We wish you nothing but the best as you recover.
Die. Dave, take me out. Take me off.
Again, another great segment featuring Racquel Belmonte on Live with At Home at James. Folks, we're going to be back a week from tonight, Monday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Who's going to be on the show? I don't know yet. Tune in. Find out. Be surprised. Also, keep your eyes peeled. You never know. You just never know when a surprise episode is going to pop up. Let's welcome our third and final guest. He is, as mentioned earlier on, the leader of the Montreal chapter of the Guardian Angels, which is a vigilante group whose task, whose mantra, whose goal is to de-escalate crime in a non-violent way. Let's welcome back to the program, Mike D'Amico. Mike, welcome back. It's so good to have you here.
Hey, Big Fat James. How's it going?
Big Fat James?
Yeah.
Where'd you come up with that one?
It's my nickname for you.
I wasn't even aware that I had a nickname.
Well, you were learning how to be a guardian angel, and I figured I'd give you a nickname.
So this is exciting. People don't know this, that I went to Guardian Angels fantasy camp to learn how to be a guardian angel. How do you think I did? Let's chat about that.
You all right?
Just all right?
I mean, probably 60th percentile of student.
Okay, now what was?
Well, I don't remember your Z-score, but
what was the part of being a guardian angel? Do you think that I excelled at the most?
You look good in the hat.
All right, and which is the part that you thought that I could use some work and improvement on?
Your one-on-one combat skills.
I think that part took me by surprise because I thought it was verbal, non-violent de-escalation. I wasn't prepared to be violent.
Well, we don't use weapons, but occasionally we got to restrain people.
All right, so, I've been trying to work on it to the best of my abilities. Do you have any tips that you think would help me, but also anyone else who would maybe find themselves in a violent situation with a freak or a creep or a crazy or a weirdo or a wacko?
You ever done BJJ?
BJJ? Is that Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu?
Well, it's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
That's what I said.
No, it's not.
What did I say?
You said Brazilian.
I did not say Brazilian.
You absolutely did.
I don't like that the nodding from the other guests in our production call. Well, we're gonna have to agree to disagree.
If I had Brazilian dollars.
I refuse.
You know that song by the those bare naked ladies?
What's that now?
If I had a Brazilian dollars.
Yeah.
Hey,
Okay, so
you think your last guest ever goes to a wax and gets a Brazilian?
well, I mean, I guess that would be a question, and I suppose we can wonder if Mark is going to be taking a summer's vacation to Brazil.
Brazil, yeah.
See, I'm
Or
getting on
that
board.
famous avant-garde film.
Okay, so
Brazil.
you're saying that you think that I should get involved with Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
That's right, yeah.
Okay.
It's a great, we teach all of our boys, all the guardian angels, they take some BJJ classes at the local mall, and they're all up to speed with
So
their
you're saying
purple
that
belts.
you're saying that BFJs should take some BJJ.
They do.
No, I'm saying you're saying BFJ should take some BJJ. I'm BFJ, Big Fat
Big
James.
Fat James. Yeah.
Okay, so
It's a term of
Mike,
endearment.
I didn't take it as anything other than that.
Good.
Now, you're here to discuss something that's fast approaching this Saturday, May the 14th. The mask mandates in Montreal are going to be lifted, except on public transportation, the metro and the bus, the train. Now, you are known for
true?
surveying. You didn't know that?
I didn't know the exceptions.
Yeah, you still need to wear a COVID mask in public transportation.
Right, yeah, okay, cool.
Okay, so you're okay with that?
Yeah, whatever they say, I do.
Okay. In any event, I'm sorry, I'm a little flustered. I thought you knew that.
Well, the rules, they changed all the time.
It's fair enough. Okay, so of course you survey the metro, the behavior, the action that takes place. I imagine now, knowing what you know based on what I just told you, you're probably expecting a lot of troublemakers in the metro and the buses who might be thinking, well, I don't have to wear the mask at Three Amigos.
Before...
Why should I have to wear it? Why should I have to wear it at Snowden?
Before 2 minutes ago, or even 1 minute ago, I was concerned that people would be wearing their masks on the metro. But now that you've informed me of the new rule, I'm concerned that they won't be.
So you were prepared to tell people to take their masks off?
I thought the mask mandate was over.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that the rule is you can't wear a mask.
I thought there was a no mask mandate.
No. The mandate is that you no longer have to wear one if you don't want to. You thought that they were going to be enforcing a rule where masks were forbidden?
That's what I thought.
Okay, so to clarify,
I was like, that's a bit weird, but I'll do it.
Correct, yeah. To clarify, you have the option to wear it now, except on public transportation where you must continue to wear it.
Okay, that
and I
makes
guess
sense.
what I'm saying is that you expect to have to tell people, hey, put your mask on, over the nose, over the mouth, anything like that?
Well, I got to reacclimate to this new rule. Got to let it sink in for a second.
Well, yeah, it might be a little,
Yeah, I suppose I am worried about people not wearing their masks.
Okay.
I feel like people are going to cause a lot of issues. I'm going to have to call
Yeah.
on me and the boys. Hey, boys, you have to wear the masks on the metro. Now, are we talking a grocery store metro, or are we talking the subway?
No, to clarify, we're talking about the public transportation metro, not metro, the grocery store. When we say subway, again, the train, the underground train, and not the sandwich
place. Can you wear your mask in the sandwich place, or are you not allowed to?
You do not have to wear it if you choose not to.
But you're not allowed to, or you can or not?
You can or not.
Well, what if you're eating your sandwich?
Well, if you're eating your sandwich and you're wearing a mask, you're probably not eating your sandwich.
But what if you are?
If you are, then you're not wearing the mask. But that rule is already applied. No, you're allowed to do whatever you want.
But how do you do it?
How do you do what?
Eat the sandwich while your mask on.
You don't.
Okay, so you're not allowed to. All right, me and the boys will take care of that.
It's not that you're not. There's no rule that states if you have a mask on, you cannot attempt to eat. That is not.
But how is it possible?
It isn't possible.
So there's a rule.
There is no rule.
It's a rule of physics.
Well, I don't know if it's physics.
Well, then what is it? Philosophy?
I don't know. I'm just saying.
We're talking natural sciences, or are we talking?
No, what I said is that I don't know that it's a rule of physics. I didn't say that it wasn't. I said that I don't know that it is.
Let me ask you this.
Sure.
can two pieces of physical matter intersect each other and pass through one another such that a sandwich can go through a mask?
I think that you could put a mask through a sandwich.
Put a mask through a sandwich. Okay.
Can't put a sandwich through a mask though.
But you can put a mask through a sandwich. Hey boys. You can't. What was it? You can't
You can
put a sandwich through a mask.
Through a sandwich.
But you could put a mask.
You can't put a sandwich
through
a mask. No.
What? What?
You can put a mask through a sandwich, but you can't put a sandwich through a mask.
What did I say? Brazilian?
I think you said the same one twice. Okay. Also coming in from the chat, courtesy. Of Boss Fracture, we've got, quote, "You totally said Brazilian."
Hey, what's courtesy?
Well,
what is
courtesy? Courtesy was me attempting to say courtesy.
Okay, well, why'd you not? Why'd you say the other thing? Not?
I was a flub.
Flub.
Yeah. I tripped over my words, which I do not like doing. It really does bother me quite a bit.
Oh, it's okay. Let's just not focus on it too much.
Yeah, well, I'm not.
Okay. I won't focus on that courtesy either.
Coming into that's very courteous of you for paying me that respect.
No, why'd you say it again though?
Well, I was following up on it to show that I was not.
Is it a word or is it not a word?
It is not a word. Okay. If it is a word, I don't know that it is. I don't know that courteous is a word.
So yeah, I'm going to be on the Metro, which is not the grocery store, otherwise known as the Subway, which is not the restaurant, and we're going to be making sure that people keep their masks on because the new mandate is that people keep their masks on the Metro, which is the same as the old mandate. Yeah, that's what you had to do before. So I don't see what the big deal is.
When it comes to the Metro, nothing has changed.
They got lobster on sale this season, though.
At the Metro grocery store?
Yeah.
Do you like shellfish?
I'm allergic.
All right, well.
I turned beet red.
So this weekend, I'm wondering what you're anticipating in terms of de-escalation. You know, how are you going to take care of people? Because, again, it's Saturday night. People are going to be out and about and drinking.
Oh, yeah. People love to drink. You like drinking, James?
I do not drink.
James?
No. I do not drink.
Oh, okay. So then why are you saying people are going to be drinking on Saturday?
Well, because I suspect that people who are going out to celebrate this end of mask mandate are then going to be going home using public transportation.
I'm
asking
other
people.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah. How do you imagine that you're going to go about de-escalating these situations?
Well, you know, that's part of the reason we take the BJJ classes. Just so that we have the ability to interfere physically, but without weapons if we need to. Otherwise, we just use our words.
Okay, well, let's ask you, if you're patrolling the metros on Saturday, you see someone, they've got the mask hooked on their ears, but it's lowered under the chin. How do you approach that person and try to reason with them?
I say, firstly, I approach them. I approach them with my mask off so they can see my face.
No, you have to keep your mask on.
No, but for the purposes of the intervention, I approach them with my mask off.
I think that's hypocritical, though.
What?
That's a little hypocritical.
I guess.
No, you don't guess it is.
But they're not going to be able to read my lips. What if they can't hear me?
Why do they have to read your lips?
I already said, what if they can't hear me?
Okay, so let's assume that they can hear you.
Okay. So I approach them, and I say, hey, buddy. Hey, pal. Mask up. Mask on.
Now, what if the guy says, what?
That's why I said it twice, with different verbiage, right, in case they didn't understand the first.
Now, what?
They didn't understand mask up, then they probably understand mask on.
Now, what if this person, this buddy or this pal guy says, you know what, buzz off?
I say, hey, Buzz ain't here. It's just you and me, pal.
Okay, well, what if he continues to fight back?
Then I say, hey, come here. I say, come here. I lean in close with my mask off.
You want to have your mask on.
Why?
Because there's a mask mandate on the metro.
Right. So that's what I'm telling this guy.
Yeah, but if your mask is down, he's going to call you a hypocrite.
No, he's going to be able to hear what I'm saying. I say, hey,
okay,
buddy,
so, but again, this is all into the premise that he can't hear you.
All right, you can hear me?
Yeah, that's what we agreed on. He hears you.
Okay, so he hears me, so I say, hey, come in close. What are you doing, man? You're fucking this up for the rest of us. I say, now, me and my pals, the Guardians, we're going to come for you. We're going to fucking kill you.
Oh, wait, hold on. I thought you were using non-violent de-escalation.
Yeah, it was a threat. It's a non-violent threat.
No, it is a violent threat.
No, because we're not going to do
his
it.
Life.
We're not going to do it.
What if there's a bachelorette party of women whose masks are down and they say, easy, Mike. They say, hey, we heard that. You just threatened to kill that guy.
What? Sorry, I was distracted by the bachelorette party.
Yeah, this fictitious bachelorette party that you can't see.
So sweet.
What if they say, we just heard you threaten that guy?
It's a shame they're getting married, though.
Well, they're not all getting married.
Oh, I thought it was a party of bachelorettes.
Well, one is a bachelorette, in theory, about to be married, and the others, they could be in relationships or perhaps engaged, but...
Oh, I thought when you get a herd of bachelorettes together, it's called a party, like a flock of seagulls.
Oh, no, a bachelorette party is when a woman is about to be married and she has her bridesmaid put together a night out or an event with all of the bride's friends.
Nice.
All right. Well, I guess this is that you still have a chance.
Oh, yeah.
But how do you respond if they say, we just heard you threaten to kill that man because he wasn't wearing his mask?
I was only joking.
Okay, so at this point, you're trying to joke your way out of it to mingle with the bachelorettes?
Yeah. And then they'll say, hey, this guy's pretty funny. Want to come to our party?
Yeah, but doesn't that take you off of the metro where you're supposed to be patrolling and keeping the peace?
Oh, we keep the party going on the metro.
So you then suggest...
We head to the partiest stop. Namur.
Which is? Namur is the partiest stop.
Yeah.
All right, well, Mike, I want to ask you to send a message. I want you to look into the camera to any would-be mask removers who might be thinking about riding the metro, train, or the bus this weekend. What do you have to say to them?
Look, listen up. Listen here. If you're riding the metro, and I'm not talking about the grocery store, and I'm talking about the subway, but not the restaurant subway, you got to keep your mask on. But if you're at Subway... You could take your mask off to eat your sandwich, although a mask can go through a sandwich, but a sandwich can't go through a mask. That way, I'm not going to fucking kill you.
Mike, thanks so much for being here tonight.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yeah, you're welcome. Where can people find you online?
Well, I've got a Kijiji ad for a bike I'm selling.
All right. Mike, I want to wish you the best of luck, and I want you to stay safe in the metros, not the grocery store, the subway, not the sandwich shop this weekend.
Hey, you too.
All right. Thanks, Mike.
Not the band, but you.
Thanks, Mike. That was Mike D'Amico. He's the leader of the Montreal chapter of the Guardian Angels, and that's our show tonight. I have to say that I've been a big fan of Mike. I wasn't aware that he's been threatening to effing kill people this whole time. Want to thank Racquel Belmonte for being here as well. We want to send her our thoughts and prayers during this difficult and uncertain time. And then finally, Marc Rowland again. If you're looking for tips on how to save a buck as part of your summer's vacation, find Marc on Instagram. Just search Marc Rowland. Folks, that's it. I am James. You are you. We were here. Good night, goodbye, farewell, and of course, be well.